out, you know, day by day. I've gotten a lot better than I was in the past, and I feel good about that. So, you know, day by day, though, you can always learn new stuff, especially in this job.
I feel like you've learned like a shitload in just a year.
Considering what you've learned in this year and what you've done in this year, it's actually insane.
Yeah.
Compared to, I look back on some of the years I've had on YouTube, and I'm just like, I'm doing fucking nothing.
How do you mainly, would you say you learn things on streaming and YouTube? Do you learn from other gen mates, or do you learn from outside of HololiveVtuber, or do you learn all on yourself? I'm curious where you kind of pick up this stuff.
A lot of times it's like a feeling that I get. Like after I'm done with a stream, I can feel whether it was bad or good.
Oh no, yeah, I agree.
You know, I can
feel
what I did wrong. This technically wasn't good. These people were angry about this, etc. And it's all in my mind, you know. And I'm very receptive to criticism, but something that I also learned is that not every criticism that you get that is framed politely is necessarily correct.
True.
That's a lie that we tell ourselves so that we don't come off as butthurt babies. But the truth of the matter is, you don't need to 100% take every single critique that you get from every anonymous person on the internet, even if it's framed nicely. You need to be able to discern what is actually going to help you and what isn't. But one thing that you shouldn't do is lash out. I would say that that's a given.
Never feed the trolls.
No, of course
it just never ends out well.
You know, there are people that get excited when I talk about them and the bad things they say, and the thing that you do is you don't give it to them and you just ignore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's rule number one. Don't feed the trolls.
That was another thing I had to learn as well along the way.
Do you get like, when you started off, did you get like a lot of advice from maybe your fellow gen mates or, you know, Cover itself about what to do in terms of like how to handle your content and just like general advice to be a content creator in general? Was it all just like trial by fire?
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. We really were just they just said go. You know, and I think that part of that is because in the process of selecting us, they made sure that we would be okay with that. Because all of us that have like gone through it there hasn't been like a huge disaster or anything like that with us in terms of streaming. Everyone has a good handle on themselves. And I think you got to give it to I guess, who chose us for that, specifically that they did choose people that have a handle on how to do things. However, that isn't to say that we were all experienced streamers in the beginning, because that's definitely not the case. I had barely streamed in my entire life. I was mostly making music in the shadows.
Quite different.
You know, extremely different. But somehow they knew that I'd be able to handle it somehow. And you learn a lot of things along the way, but in the beginning, we all did have the ability to get through that starting line, you know, but we didn't get a lot of advice. I will be honest about that.
I think one of the biggest things you have to learn, which a lot of people maybe might not consider, is the technical side of things. Because like with a YouTube video, you know, if something technical happens on set or something, some things you could kind of save in post. There is no getting around technical issues on stream. And I feel like the only way you really learn is when it happens on stream and you're just like, well, I guess I just have to learn not to do that again, right?
Exactly.
Stuff breaks a lot as well. It's normal, right? Yeah, damn. So you mainly did a lot of it on your own. You learned everything. Wow. So when you started off, there was nobody who was like, hey, by the way, people might just say like bad things about you for like no reason. That might just happen. Just like it's gonna happen. No one told you?
There was a question that I will say, because it's kind of obvious that they would ask us this.
Okay.
People are going to say mean things about you and hate you. Are you okay with that? And obviously, if all of us got in, we all said yes. But I recall that my answer specifically was, well, I've dealt with that with my music before. You know, before all of this, I did indeed have people that would come around and do a little bit of trolling, so to speak. And I felt like I had dealt with them pretty well by just not saying anything. And I feel like I thought to myself, that should be fine when I enter Holo, and it's been fine. So that's okay for me. You know, everyone's experience though is different, I would say. So
yeah, I think as well there is the added very scary aspect of being again, this is just my perception of being a VTuber. Everyone is just like trying to find out as much personal information about it as possible. Whereas everyone can just see that I'm a teenager now and
Yeah.
I feel like, although people are definitely trying, people try and get our personal information, but I don't feel like it's intense. You know? Like, at least I don't see it. Maybe I'm just too lazy. I'm not looking, but
or you've already shown everything there is to offer.
Because like one thing I've always been curious about is like, do you feel pressure to have to keep like say a certain image of yourself for your audience or just the general perception of VTubers? Because we obviously keep a certain image, but I feel like it's nothing on the same level as what VTubers have to go through.
Right.
It's rough because I feel like one thing that I learned is at the end of the day, I've got maybe about 80% of a fan base that really, really want me to be 100% just myself. I see them in the comments all the time saying, "You're doing great, Callie, just, loosen up a little bit." In the beginning, right? For example, you guys saw when I first came here, I was trying to be something that I wasn't. Like,
I remember it was quite strange, but I mean, it turned out good. It was
good. It was a good episode.
All a part of my development. And
we literally saw the development on the 2-hour podcast.
Exactly. And so, for those people saying just be yourself, Callie, I gotta say thank you, because it was because of comments like that I realized, hey, maybe it's okay for me to loosen up a little bit, relax. People want to see who I am for who I am, and that's great. But of course, you're gonna get a small but loud minority of people that want you to be a certain way, and you just gotta deal with it. I personally have found, I think, like a happy medium where I'm still being myself, but I'm not, going into territory that would make others angry. Like viciously angry.
Of course.
Because I feel like when comments tell you to be yourself, it's kind of like a trap. Because like they want you to be yourself, but not a yourself that they don't like.
I'm just like the worst person.
Okay, you want me to be myself? I'm trash.
Go back.
I think when they say you should just be yourself, what they actually mean is be yourself, but the version that I like.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's exactly it. But I try to look at it in like a positive light, and just do the best that I can to be the best me, and just stay positive. I've found that negativity tripped me up a lot in the beginning, and I've been trying to smile through even the difficult times. I know it sounds cheesy, it's anime as hell, I get it, but it's the truth.
Smile through the tears. Just smile through the tears.
Smile through the ending song. It's all right.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like a positive outlook is good and necessary if you want to keep doing this for a long time. So I feel like things have gone pretty well, and all I can keep doing is being the best me, because at the end of the day, no matter what, someone's going to be angry at you for something. And if people are constantly going to be like, be this way, and constantly upset at the choices that you make, why not make the choice that you want to make and just deal with it from there?
It's nice because when we met you on the podcast, I didn't really know of your streams at all. I'd seen it a little bit, and definitely now, even throughout the year, when I check in, it seems like every single time I've watched your streams, you just seem more comfortable and more chill. And it's really cool to see.
I'm better at Doom Eternal now.
And you're better at Doom. Let's
go.
So what's like your favorite type of content to make then? Is it playing games, or is it like interacting with the chat?
Let's see. Interestingly enough, I felt like my interaction skills with chat were kind of non-existent in the beginning. To be completely honest, it's because I was a big old baby. Especially towards the beginning.
Big old baby,
especially playing games.
Terrifying, right?
Knowing that I'm bad at video games, I was really kind of scared to check the chat, because I didn't want to lose, energy and momentum by seeing someone say, "Hey, you suck." Because while I'm aware I'm not very good at video games, it's like seeing everyone telling you how to do a certain thing. Even if I can hold back a reaction or a snarky remark, it does bring down the energy a bit, and I want to stay high energy. So it's something I had to learn to do, to like really kind of put up a wall between, people leaving, funny comments or like just general feedback, and people screaming at you in all caps that you should be using a pickaxe to break stones instead of a shovel, which is, I will say, that is a good piece of advice, and I appreciate it.
That's a good piece of life advice, I think.
When it's not in all caps.
The same thing applies in real life, I think.
That is true. I'm more likely to listen to it if it's phrased not in all caps, though. That's just a good idea for chat, I would say. In general, I don't really actually care too much about backseating. It's when it gets to be everyone and super aggressive that my energy begins to fall. So I had to kind of learn to like, hey, Callie, get over it. Just, try and like turn your vision into a way that it can just pick out comments in chat that aren't entirely aggressive, and you keep the stream going. And so I do like interacting with chat these days. Chat can be funny. They have some jokes.
Yeah.
You guys have jokes out there, I will say, and they really do kind of brighten up my day. So it's been worth it in the end. But I'd say my favorite kinds of streams to do, probably variety streams, though they do take the most preparation.
100%.
Recently, I've been trying to do eikaiwa streams, so like English learning by speaking simple and slow English for anyone, really, not only Japanese viewers, but people around the world who maybe have English as a second language. That takes a lot of preparation.
When you said English learning, I was like, you learning English? I think you've already got that down.
Sounds like you're pretty good.
Guys, I'm going to do an English learning stream today.
So,
I'm just scared to have everything on one platform, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm that mentality of like, don't put all your eggs in one basket kind of thing.
I do think that, however, music is like the one thing that is like easily able to hold its own.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
it's like, I mean, that's why every YouTuber on earth tries to become a pop star or rapper.
To varying levels of success.
Because that's where, you know, money is good, longevity is good. You can have time to work on it. Music is definitely...
Also, it doesn't matter how old you get, right? You can still keep
Yeah,
making
you can,
music.
as long as it sounds good.
Yeah.
Like on YouTube, you know, you turn 30, oh, bye-bye. Sorry, Gon.
Yeah.
You're out. What? No, it's like, God, why was his reaction so silly? I mean, 30 years old, man. That's what happens, you know?
yeah.
I'm having trouble hearing already, man.
This man really just trying to age gate Gon.
Bye-bye.
Become a
Go to,
VTuber.
where do old people stream, Gon? I'm just...
I tried to say a platform. I was like, I probably shouldn't.
Justin.tv. That's where I did my first stream, actually.
We are joking. We are friends. We're allowed to make these jokes, all right?
It's like you have to clarify that you're bantering these days. Let's
Yeah,
calm
I know,
down a
right?
little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, God.
Is it the same on HololiveVtuber with the friends? Is people
I
get
mean-
upset when you mock each other?
You know, I will say, we like to banter quite a bit. But we got to remind y'all again, and we really don't have to, but I'm going to anyway. We are all really good friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And so at the same time, you know, a lot of us have kind of, I mean, I know I certainly came up in friend groups where we would, you know, throw shit at each other. And it was all in good fun. We never really kind of step over the line. It's all stuff that we're comfortable with, and it's just good fun. No one hates anyone. Just, you know, sometimes you got to calm down, take a step back. We know each other pretty well, and it's just like that sometimes. We're having fun.
There's really just like some people though that just don't get that whole like bantering or like, you know, when is it over the line or anything. Like, you know, there are people who like overanalyze conversations on streams and YouTube videos where it's like, this is the frame. This is the very frame where their friendship started to crumble. Have you seen them streaming since then? Don't think
dramatic.
so. Not friends anymore. It's like, no, dude. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah, I feel like even more so with like the VTubing community because do you ever feel like a lot of people like really analyze what your behaviors are?
Yeah.
And like maybe a bit too much sometimes?
Yeah,
Or-
I'd say so. I've seen several paragraphs analyzing my personality from my deepest insecurities to things that everyone already knows, etc. I've seen plenty of things like that. And, you know, it's going to happen. It's going to happen when so much of yourself is put out there. You know, that's just how it's going to be. But I will say, it is the truth. We really do only give a percentage of ourselves when we stream. Even though it may be so many hours in a day, there's still a whole side where we go off and live lives. I'm still, you know, occasionally reaping the occasional soul. Don't tell Death Sensei about that. But, you know, I'm doing other stuff as well. And it's important to remember that. It's important to, like, take a deep breath and realize that, you know, we've all got lives.
So where does music fit into your career? Like, how do you find time for that? Where do you find time for that?
I mean, I think that the only thing I can say is it's the one thing that I love doing so completely and utterly that time just isn't a factor to me. Energy isn't a factor to me. All of that just disappears in me wanting to create music, and I don't compromise anything for it.
I believe
You
that's
know?
called a passion.
Yeah.
I
think that is
like
the
a passion
word.
to me.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Yeah.
passion to me.
So no matter what, I will find a way to fit it in, even if other things have to kind of, you know, take a back seat, even things like streaming, etc., which will not make everyone happy, but you get over it, you know?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get over it. At the end of the day, it's what I love.
Yeah,
It's what I love
prioritize
to
what
do.
you want to do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Why else am I here?
幸せ二人いつの時も